When people think of Mumbai weather, they usually picture scenes like this: streets swallowed up by water, cars stranded, and intense monsoon rains pouring down. But right now, this city is facing the exact opposite problem. The taps are running dry. Mumbai relies on a network of 7 main lakes for its drinking water. But because the seasonal rains have been delayed, the total amount of water left in those lakes has dropped to a critical low, falling below 10% of what the city actually needs. To stretch the remaining supply, the local government has had to step in with emergency measures. They've cut the daily water supply to neighborhoods by 10 to 20%, and they've completely shut off the water for swimming pools and new construction sites. Which brings up a confusing question. Mumbai gets a massive amount of rainfall every single year, an average of 2,300 millimeters. With so much water naturally falling from the sky, why does a city known for its heavy rains constantly run out of drinking water? The crisis stems from a system that struggles to capture, hold, and manage the incredible volume of water the city actually receives. Let's look at how the fresh water travels first. Today, Mumbai's underground water pipes are decades old, and in many areas, the network isn't clearly mapped out. This aging system suffers from huge hidden leaks, meaning a lot of the clean water drains away into the dirt before it ever reaches a home. Then there is the rainwater. The city's storm drains were built over a century ago. They rely entirely on gravity to pull water away, and they were only designed to handle about 25 millimeters of rain per hour. To make matters worse, these old drainage channels are often completely blocked by dense layers of plastic and garbage. Because water can't flow through the pipes, fresh rainwater spills over the streets, flooding neighborhoods before it washes out into the salty Arabian Sea. Together, these two problems act like a leaky bucket with a tight lid on top. The city is constantly bleeding out its stored fresh water, while that imaginary lid blocks the heavy monsoon rains from refilling the supply. Deep underground, Mumbai's fresh groundwater naturally pushes outward, keeping the Arabian Sea at bay. But as we pump out fresh water, the groundwater drops below sea level. Heavier seawater pushes inland, contacting the deep foundation pillars of high-rises, eating away at concrete and steel. Draining these reserves creates a physical, creeping threat to the safety and stability of the very buildings people call home. To survive the dry months and push that seawater back out, Mumbai has to change how it interacts with the rain. The city needs to stop repelling water like a concrete slide and start acting like a giant sponge. The most direct way to do this is through rainwater harvesting. The local municipal corporation now requires large housing societies to set up specific systems to catch and store the rain that falls on their properties. The first step happens up high. By keeping building terraces completely clean and locked right before the monsoon hits, residents can collect pure, unpolluted rainwater as it runs off the roof, funneling it straight into large artificial storage tanks. The second step is how we use that saved water. Housing societies can pipe this harvested rain or use safely treated sewage water for heavy daily tasks like flushing toilets. This saves the highly treated municipal water strictly for drinking and cooking. Moving a massive daily chore like toilet flushing over to recycled rainwater takes an incredible amount of strain off of those nearly empty lakes and aging water pipes. We also have to fix what happens on the ground. Many modern apartment complexes pave their entire courtyards with solid concrete for easy maintenance, but that creates a waterproof barrier that stops rain from naturally soaking into the earth. Replacing solid concrete with porous paving makes a huge difference. Using precast tiles with open center holes set over sand gives the water a path downward. The rain trickles through that opening, filters cleanly through the sand bed, and returns to the soil below. Adding diverse local trees helps even more. Branches and leaves act as natural speed bumps, catching the heavy rain and slowing it down so the soil actually has time to absorb the moisture instead of washing away. By catching the rain from above and allowing it to soak in from below, neighborhoods can actively refill that underground freshwater supply. As the pressure builds back up, it forces the corrosive seawater away from the city's foundations. By thinking carefully about the ground we walk on and making room for nature, Mumbaikars can protect their homes and ensure they have enough water year-round. they can finally turn those heavy, overwhelming monsoon rains into the city's greatest asset.